Guys, John here. I'm with Lunga from the Grey Council, and usually I'm on this channel. We talk about Star Wars and the Snyder Cut. But on this channel, we like to talk more about, well, right now, video games, because
Yeah.
a lot of big video game news happening this week. And, it's Sony PlayStation 5. They just teased out a new event on June 4th, and they're going to tease like upcoming games. So I'm excited to see, what they're going to show off. And also we got news of, Sonic the Hedgehog. But first let's check out the video. I don't know if you've seen the video yet. Let's see. You haven't seen the video yet, right, Lunga?
No. I saw you linked it in the Discord, but I haven't watched it yet.
It's I already saw it, and it's pretty much a teaser. Okay. So let me set this up here. And all right, let's share the screen, share audio. All right.
Let's do this.
You hear it fine?
I do not.
How about now?
There you go. Now I hear it. Yeah, you had it muted on YouTube.
Yeah.
I like that controller.
I said that was really short.
Yeah. That was really short. I know people were picking on the controller, I think, a month ago or so when they first revealed the look of it or something. I saw some people picking on it, but I think it looks pretty cool. I like it.
Like it's one of those where it might have to grow on you. It's different for sure. It's got the two tones. It's white and it's black. And usually you got the controller that's always one solid color. Like the Xbox One, it's black. The PS4 or DualShock, it's black. Nintendo Switch, I think it's also black, right?
Well, it's black and red. Or
black and red.
They got like
they have different colors. Yeah, depends on what's up. And this one, it's this video was accompanied by the this piece that PlayStation, the blog, put up. So let me share that and read along. Let's see here. You gotta be really good at multitasking with this.
Yeah, you do.
I'm like,
gotta have it prepared ahead of time, John.
Yeah, I know. Preparation is not my strong suit, but no. Here, Jim Ryan, president and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, just teasing, June 4th, Thursday. And it's like a whole thing where pretty much the people are expecting, like, wondering what's going to happen. What are we going to see? Are we going to see like the console? We're going to see specs or pricing or release date, but it's just pretty much focused on the video games. And so here's like with each generation, PlayStation to PS4, they're aiming higher, yada, yada, yada. And with the launch of a new console, it's a bit different because, we're in quarantine. And they've shared technical specifications, and they've shown the DualSense wireless controller. So what is a launch without the games? So he says, this is why I'm excited to share that we will soon give you a first look at the games you'll be playing after PlayStation 5 launches this holiday. So it's going to come out this holiday, 2020 for sure. They're pretty confident in that.
For the Christmas season.
Yeah, and the games coming to PS5 represent the best in the industry from innovative studios that span the globe. Studios, both larger and smaller, those newer and those more established, all have been hard at work developing games that will showcase the potential of the hardware. And the digital showcase will run a bit more than an hour, so that gives you that means they're going to be showing off a lot of games. And for the first time, we'll all be together, virtually experiencing the excitement together next week.
Well, June nifty. 4th. I'd want to watch that.
Oh, yeah.
I'll watch that. I mean, a lot of games depends on how much time they spend on each one.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to guess they would at least have like 4 to show. That's usually a good number that they show off. It's like about 3 or 4.
I think
for games.
Yeah, I think they're going to show a lot more. If they're going to have this be a little bit over an hour, and maybe like each game is like a trailer, or maybe some of them are going to show like an extended gameplay trailer.
First 30 minutes is just going to be a lot of talking. The first 30 minutes is going to be introduction.
You think so?
And all the stuff we've been working on, how excited we are. And then, after the first 20, 30 minutes, then they'll show the first game. So maybe they might spend like 10 to 15 minutes on each game. I mean, if they do that, then we're looking at 4 or 5. Yeah. Unless they do short. I mean, if they only spend like a couple minutes on each game, then we might see 10, 15, 20. But I mean, with PS4, how many games do they have at launch?
Not that many. I don't remember. Like, what are the
most consoles? Maybe 10 games max.
Yeah,
is what they have at launch. You know what I mean? They don't have a ton at launch. So
the key word here is first look at the games you'll be playing after it launches, not during launch.
Well, you can't play before launch. So
Yeah.
It has to be after.
Yeah, because it's one of those words that you can say like, oh, this. You can, once it releases afterwards, it could release on launch day or afterwards. You have time to play it after the launch.
Yeah.
And so they should have plenty of games. I think they're going to go the route of, I don't know if you've seen their E3 stuff last year or even the previous one where instead of the whole, like, hey, I'm this guy and we're going to be showing off this game. They just went straight for like, here's a presentation. Here's a person performing the music. And then they just show the gameplay like they did for Last of Us. Like they did for Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
The guy with the flute or whatever that instrument is. And then people got upset because like, why is that guy playing it? They should have gotten a Japanese dude. But dude, that guy rocked the instrument. So he's a master, whatever flutist. I don't want to like say the wrong instrument. People was like, oh, that's not the right term.
It's if it's a flute, it's a flautist.
Yeah. But it's just one of those like Japanese wind instruments.
Okay.
So I think they're going to do that for this one because what was it? Xbox. They released like their gameplay trailer.
Yeah.
And it was just strictly just footage back to back to back to back. So it wasn't any, they had some people talking like, hey, this is the game, but it wasn't drawn out.
Yeah. Well, I don't pay attention to Xbox anyway. Even though I'm obviously going to be forced to buy an Xbox controller.
Why?
Play some stuff on the PC thing we were talking about playing.
Oh yeah, you can get it to work.
No, I'm not even messing. I'm probably just gonna end up ordering a damn controller.
Yeah, because we're trying to get Lunga to play Grand Theft Auto, and the controller. Like I use the Xbox One controller for the PC because it's just plug and play. It's easy.
Easy sync, yeah.
Yeah, PS4 you might have to do a workaround, and Lunga did not have a good time trying to figure that out.
No, it was glitchy. It just wasn't working right. No.
Oh yeah.
So I had to spend $70 on another controller.
So I don't know if you're excited about any games for PS5 or if you're excited about PS4 games.
I mean, I know it's backwards compatible, so you're gonna be able to play the PS4 game. Didn't they say it's backwards compatible for like a lot of them, not just PS4, like PS3? I think.
No, it's just PS4 because PS3 has a different architecture.
Gotcha.
Okay, the cell processor and all that.
So I mean that's good. That at least we can, we're not like having to have two systems out to play the games. You get backwards compatible. They haven't released anything about the games though yet, did they? Because that's what the whole point of this is. We're going to see the games here, so we don't really know yet what it is. So I don't know much about it. So that's why I want to see this to see what.
Oh yeah,
there. My son picks on me because I never play the PlayStation anymore. Right? I'm on the computer all the time, so it's like, why am I going to spend money on another system if I'm not even playing the one I have? I was looking to buy a Blu-ray 4K player anyway, so it's like if I'm going to spend $250 on that, I guess I might as well.
Might as well not. And then save it for the PS5 when it comes out.
Get the new system in case there's a game on there that I want to play that's not on PS4.
Yeah, because you'll get a PS4 game. You can play PS4 games,
right?
And new PS5 games, and then you have the player, 4K Blu-ray. So that should work for you,
right? And if I want to, that means I can bring the PS4 down here in my office, and maybe if I get a capture card, use that streaming too. But it depends on the price, man. If it's pushing 600,
I don't think it's gonna push 600.
I mean, they're
going to learn
550. If you by the time you add the taxes in, it's gonna be 580.
Yeah.
And that's with one controller, and you haven't gotten a game yet. You know what I mean?
I know there's like a lot of like people reports and all that. They're thinking it's gonna push like easily like probably 500 mark.
500, yeah.
Yeah, and just with the products, the different tech that they're using, the parts and all that. But hopefully they learn from like the release of the PS4 and then compared to the PS3. PS3 was expensive.
Yeah, very.
When you had the PS4 was cheaper, like $400. So if they do that, that's gonna get a lot of people to like buy it.
And if you remember that PS3, man, it weighed a ton that first gen.
That's why the nickname was PS Fat.
Yeah, it was heavy, dude. You could kill someone with that thing. It was. What I want to know what happened to the days of getting, like, I remember when I was a kid and I would get Nintendo and it would come with a game. It would always come with a game, at least the starter game, the Mario game.
In the past.
Yeah,
we're not there anymore.
Throw a game in with this thing. Just something.
There's something now. Sony. Like if you subscribe to the PSN, PlayStation Plus,
in for something though.
But that's not, you pay what? Like, let's say there are deals, right? You can probably get it for like $40 a year. And
if they said this, it's going to be the same network, right?
It should be on the it should be same PSN, but just because PS5.
When the PlayStation 4 came out, wasn't the PS3 and that on a different network?
What do you mean by different network?
Like if you're doing online play, like something on a PS3, you couldn't be on the same. It wasn't the same multiplayer network as the PS4.
No, you can. Like if you're on a PS3 playing with PS3 players, you can't play with PS4 players.
Yeah.
But if you have the PlayStation Plus, it works on both your PS3 and PS4.
Gotcha. But it was, but I think when PS4 first came out, there wasn't the PSN Plus. It was just PlayStation Network. The Plus came out later. If I might be incorrect, but I swore.
Yeah, there was a time like it was free.
Yeah, that too.
Xbox did their whole Xbox Go thing, so it's like, what? We need money to help do this whole thing, but there are people that aren't fans of it and whatnot. But then you get games like every month you get games, and I just want to read like Lost Dreams here says, I really want to see the console. That's the question. Yeah, do you think we'll see the console next week, even though they advertise like it's just gonna be games?
If they don't, that's silly. I mean, we are six months away. I mean, unless they release it in November.
Yeah.
So it's still 5-6 months away. So maybe they won't reveal it. I'd like to see it too. Only because it's like, I don't think the PS4 is ugly, but I think it's very angular. It's
you don't like angular?
That weird rhombus shape. You know what I mean? Where it's like, it's like the back is like jutting out like that, and the front is like sloping down and jutting out like that. And it's a weird angles, sharp corners on it. It's like, I would like to see something like smooth and curvy and, like a Italian sports car. That's what I want to see.
How about just a giant ball?
How about a cube?
BB-8. You can move around wherever you want it to go.
Yeah, so it'll roll and fall off your... No thanks. That's too dangerous.
Hey, Tiffany, how's it going? Tiffany says, my Super Nintendo came with Super Mario All-Stars and then another Mario game. It was amazing.
See?
Yeah. No, those were good. Those were good times. But I think now we're still good where each month we get a free game. And I don't think you can ever get bored unless it's a game you don't like.
Dropping $500 on a system and you have to spend another $60 at least for one game just to at least play the system you just bought. So, and that's assuming you're playing by yourself. And if you want to play with someone else, you have to buy a second controller, which is guaranteed to be $75 to $100 for the controller.
Or not buy another controller and just play online with your friends.
Well, that's good for some lonely people, John. But some people do have friends and family that they play with.
They have friends during times where it's like, you're not going to... Oh, come on, we play. We play together online.
Adult children, and we play games together, and it requires.
That's what the Switch is for. Family entertainment. That's what you want. Couch co-op.
Yes.
There is even like was it Microsoft? They were talking about like the Xbox Series X. I know you don't care about the Xbox, but there are some people that are interested in it. With if you buy an Xbox One game, like or Xbox Series X game, You buy that, you can play it on the Xbox One, and then you can also play it on the Xbox Series X. So it's kind of like you don't have to like double dip. And so it will have those specs for that new console.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. Yeah.
Well, you just buy one disc and it works on either.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So, for example, Cyberpunk 2077, you buy that, let's say the Xbox Series X version, you can play it on the Xbox One, and then you play it on the Xbox Series X, you get the benefits of the enhanced graphics and all that. So why
are we calling it the Xbox Series X and not just the Xbox X?
Because the Xbox X is already out, and that's the kind of like Xbox One 2.0. Yeah.
I never heard of an Xbox X.
It's kind of like the PS4 Pro.
I know that. It's the handheld.
No. You know the PS4 Pro is like the PS4 2.0.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's what it is.
Then why is it Series X? They're horrible with names. We go from the Xbox 360 to the Xbox One. Like we lost 359. And then there's an Xbox X. Now there's a Series X.
Yeah,
they're bad.
It's confusing.
They're bad with namings. I mean, we have PS1, PS2, PS3.
It's like HBO. HBO is bad with naming too. Like HBO Go, HBO Now.
It's bad.
And
don't take a cue from HBO on how to name things.
And Jim Ryan. He spoke with Game Industry, and they talked about like what can we expect for the games. Like you're not going to see any. I think with this one recent history has told us that gaming is one of the pastimes and one of the businesses that benefits in economically difficult times. Yada yada yada.
There'll definitely be a sports game. There'll be a Madden or an NBA game for sure. That's going to show.
That one I'm not too excited about if they do show that, because you'll be like, okay, it's just another year, another season, and updated graphics. So when you compare, year by year, you don't see a huge difference with these games.
No, it's just updating it to the times. But you see that you'll probably see that. I have a feeling there'll probably be a Call of Duty.
Probably.
Most likely a Call of Duty. And some other first-person shooters. Maybe Doom. Maybe Doom Eternal will be on there. I'm wondering if they do something like that.
Yeah, if they do that, usually these new games, they re-release them for the new console. Like we've been getting re-releases for, like, let's say Shadow of the Colossus that came out way back. And then we have them for like the HD version with HDR. So you can play it on the PS4 now. So things like that are like cool. And I'm pretty sure we'll get that too for the PS5. But then you don't even need to, because the PS5 is backwards compatible. Right. So if you already have Doom Eternal on your PS4,
right?
Yeah, which is a fun game.
You God of War game?
Oh yeah, it's kind of recent though, huh? They might be still
a year and a half ago, the last one.
And now development time takes a while.
Yeah,
for these bigger games,
they could have been developing this at the same time. For all we know. Yeah. I mean, they don't give us all those details. I'm just thinking of what's like classically. I mean, I know it's cross-platform and it's on Xbox too, but I'm trying to think what's classic Sony games that people play other than like Final Fantasy kind of stuff. You know what I mean? The sports games, and like I said, I think Call of Duty people with PlayStation, and I figured Gods of War 2 does kind of go.
You have to do that. Gods of War 2. People are excited.
Right.
And then, what is it? Naughty Dog. They've done Uncharted. They're doing Last of Us 2, which is coming out in June. Right. So, I wonder what games they're working on.
It's coming out, and they're probably going to have a PS5 release for it as well. But that won't be an announcement, because people know it's coming. So, it's not like it's going to be anything, surprise or anything.
It'll be a cool surprise if they actually announce, if you get Last of Us 2, it will work on your PS5 with enhanced graphics.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. So the people who are angry can outrage at the enhanced graphics of what they're outraged about.
Yeah. No. People are already angry about The Last of Us 2 now. It's just woo.
They can be angry in 4K.
Yeah. But what was it? I don't know. Have you seen the Unreal 5 demo?
No, I have not.
That one. Let's watch that again. I'll watch it again. You can watch it for the first time because that one shows you the potential. It's a tech demo, but the potential of Unreal 5. And with this, like the graphics, they're able to do dynamic lighting, like on the spot, like if you're a developer.
Mhm.
And that's like a game changer because right now, NVIDIA is trying to promote the whole RTX ray tracing. But I think with this, like if you could just do it in the game and just have the developers work on that on the PS5, it's already great. And let's see here. Sharing the screen. Look at that. I think I'm a pro already.
Brian Karras, Technical Director of Graphics here at Epic.
All right, let's skip.
Let's bring them straight into the
Skip. 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 All right, let's go back here.
This has to be the right way.
So pretty much the lighting there.
The terrain and the lighting is spectacular.
Yeah.
Before we continue,
that looks like real terrain.
Features of this demo. Much of what you see was built with Quixel Megascan assets, but instead of using the game versions, we used the cinematic versions, which would typically only be used in film. There are around 1 million triangles each, and thanks to virtual texturing, they all use 8K textures as well.
8K textures.
Nanite can render an insane number of triangles very quickly. There are over 1 billion triangles of source geometry in each frame that Nanite crunches down losslessly to around 20 million drawn triangles. What does that many triangles look like? This isn't noise. These are the triangles, each a different color. Most are so small that they look like noise. Nanite achieves detail down to the pixel, which means triangles are often the size of pixels.
Wow.
This amount of geometric detail requires shadows to be pixel accurate as well, and Nanite can do that too. Speaking of lighting, all of the lighting in this demo is completely dynamic, with the power of Lumen that even includes multi-bounce global illumination. No light maps, no baking here. Without GI, all of that beautiful lighting is gone. With Lumen enabled, we can move the light and the bounce changes instantly. Okay, let's keep going.
That is beautiful, though.
Yeah.
We've made some great additions to our audio system as well. Convolution Reverb allows us to measure reverberation characteristics of real spaces, like actual caves that we sampled, and reproduce them in virtual spaces. Sound field rendering allows us to record and play back spatialized audio. All of this adds up to a more immersive experience.
Some people got upset with this scene because they're like, oh, they're hiding the fact that it's loading another area. But the Unreal team was saying that this was to show off the detail of the character.
This swarm of bats was created with our Niagara effects system. Particles in Niagara can now talk to one another and understand their environment like never before. We've also added a ton of new functionality to run fluid simulations like you see in the water below.
Tell me, I'm excited. All right, let's see here. Let's go to the statue scene or even the lighting here.
Up iteration, but also for its impact on gameplay.
Oh, wow. No,
Any
dude.
light source can move while still having beautiful bounce lighting. Dynamic illumination means specular as well, which you can see on all the metal surfaces. You can even see the Niagara-powered bugs reacting to the light. Lumen not only reacts to moving light sources, but also changes in geometry. Remember we mentioned high poly assets? This statue was imported directly from ZBrush and is more than 33 million triangles. No baking of normal maps, no authored LODs.
Oh, look, Jeffrey, you're here to join just in time to watch us be in awe of this Unreal tech demo.
We can do more than a single statue. There are nearly 500 of that exact statue at the same detail level placed in this room.
So look at that.
A total of over 60.
That reminds me of the Lord of the Rings scene with
the
that big ass what is it? The underground
over this entire demo.
Dwarf lair.
There are hundreds.
What? When it reminds of Moria?
The Mines of Moria, yeah.
What new tech demo is this?
This is the Unreal 5 tech demo on the using the PlayStation 5.
So it's not new software.
This is a new developer's engine. It's not even out yet. It's coming out next year.
Nanite, you have
is this from a real game or is it just a sample?
You have fully
it's a sample.
lighting and
so it's not from an actual game.
All running on a PlayStation 5.
So what they did with the ZBrush statues, all those things, they were able to like duplicate all that.
Doesn't really look like that much of a step up from current gen.
I disagree, Jeffrey. When they were showing the way the lighting and the terrain was, the details were.
Yeah.
And I'm you're watching it on StreamYard, which is not showing me all the details if I watch it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they've been hawking stuff like this since Xbox One X, PlayStation Pro.
The lighting, the shadow,
dynamic lighting, cinematic,
much better. It's smoother.
Look at this right here. Look at this scene.
It's open. Don't fail me now.
But here's the thing: the actual games are always downgraded from the tech demo in the E3 presentations.
Yeah, Ubisoft is known for that with Watch Dogs.
Electronic Arts with Anthem.
This isn't a real game, but I'm already liking it. If it were a real game.
But yeah, this is like in-game.
Well, we'll see. I mean, like, we'll see what they can pull off with the actual.
Jeff, I gotta be honest with you. This in-game stuff here, this looks like a cinematic. It doesn't look like game mechanics. This looks like a cutscene.
Well, I don't necessarily want in-game to look like a cutscene, honestly.
Oh, why not?
Because I can't. I'll tell you why, John. Gameplay is more important to me than visuals. I like. You want to know what some of my favorite graphics are? SNES, just 16-bit era graphics.
They have games that still do the 2D sprite graphics, and a smaller team can do that. Like Steam has a lot of games like that.
I mean, I don't necessarily need these high fidelity, look as good as a cutscene.
It's more immersive, though.
Oh yeah,
not necessarily.
Well, I mean, this is subjective. I mean, not the crap on 16-bit games because they're classics and they're still fun to play. But we moved up from that for a reason.
Yeah,
and it's not like the gameplay was that spectacular, Jeffrey. Let's be fair.
What was that?
It's not like the gameplay was so spectacular on those 16-bit games either. It was
I beg to differ.
Jumping and Mario's flying once he gets the cape.
It was.
And that's I would say that's a gross overgeneralization.
I mean, we enjoy those games.
Like dynamic gameplay until we got to 64-bit.
I mean, a lot of these cinematic games are mostly like QuickTime events, or they spam QuickTime events. So I mean,
yeah,
there's not. You can argue there's not a lot to them either.
So there's a cool thing about video games. There are all types of video games for all types of people. You still have the sprite graphics. You still have like the 2D stuff. Streets of Rage, the new one just came out. That's perfect for the old school nostalgic fans. And you also have, games like Minecraft are still popular, Fortnite, etc. It doesn't have to be like really realistic graphics because people are playing Fortnite. There's like
look. Let me just say, is that a great looking tech demo? Yeah, it looks great, but I mean, show me it can be implemented in a real game that I care about that I will want to play for hours. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah. It's just, I think for this, it's more showing off like, hey, this is what it's capable of, and it's to drum up excitement and hope. Like, oh, this is.
I don't know. The visuals didn't look like a dramatic step up to me from what we have right now. I've seen some pretty, from what I've seen from like graphics and cinematics on the Xbox One X on PlayStation 4 Pro, they pulled off some impressive cinematic style visuals, immersive gameplay, sort of really high fidelity CG character models that match, real actors very well. Live motion capture. Like live motion capture in gaming is not a new thing. It's been used since the late 90s, really, at least. So, Uncharted has been using it since, what is it? I mean, since the mid-aughts.
Since the first Uncharted, yeah.
Yeah.
No, video game graphics have gone a long way. And even like PS4, the graphics still looks amazing if you're playing Uncharted 4.
But, yeah, like Uncharted 4, those graphics are pretty impressive to me. And what I saw here didn't necessarily look better than what I've seen from Uncharted 4 from last gen. Mm-hmm. So, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it looks bad. I need to see. I need to see more. I didn't see much of a progression. It doesn't look like much of a progression in it. Like, where's Unreal?
I don't know if you saw the statue.
I saw the statues.
Like, instead of them trying to like downgrade into like polygons, like they're able to just capture most of it. And just it's like almost like 1-to-1. It's just here it is. Because usually a lot of games they would try to like use a smaller polygon count for like certain objects or character models, and then they would have textures over that to make it look like it's like high res and all that. But this, I think, is impressive. Like what the tech is capable in the future, and I'm excited.
But I feel like you're always going to be able to achieve like a higher level of visuals on PC if you're a PC player, right?
Of course, PC games they can have more of that, but it's all about the base, like how they develop the games too.
Yeah, I care more about the gameplay is way more important to me than the visuals. So
I like them both. I like visuals and gameplay.
I gotta say, I like both.
Yeah, and, like if you have the same game, same gameplay. Let's say, for example, Grand Theft Auto 1, and you have Grand Theft Auto 5. You can still go around, drive cars, and fly.
I got to be honest. Now, what is the best looking like Arkham game? It's probably Arkham Knight, but I think I prefer the look and graphics of Arkham Asylum and Arkham City.
Yeah,
for that style.
I'll agree with you with that one because of the style. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of certain character designs for Arkham Knight.
They went for a more photoreal look for Arkham Knight.
Certain characters I do like Catwoman. I like her newer Arkham Knight.
Okay, sure, model. Yeah, sure.
Poison Ivy, I liked her look in the first one. So it just depends on the.
It depends on the games. It depends on the games too. But my favorite era of gaming is still probably the 16-bit like 1990s era. Just because I feel like that kind of really. I felt like it kind of really just opened things up. I felt like there was sort of an infusion of creativity and just really testing the limits of hardware, of the software, creating, not really straight up 3D games, but sort of attempting, dipping the toe in 3D, like with Star Fox. With the scaling and mode 7 and all that. That's what I really like about that era is the experimentation and the sort of explosion of I think what was capable. Just trying new things.
We used to have developers trying a lot of new things now.
Star Fox did not give me away. It was all polygons, and I gotta be honest with you. Star Fox just reminded me of a colorful. What was the arcade Star Wars game when after Star Wars came out, where you were the fighter in Death Star and stuff? I forgot the name of the
Star Wars, the arcade game.
Yeah, it was was it called
the original?
Yeah, the original
Star Wars
game that had the controller with the two handles.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And it was all polygons like that, but very simple polygons. It was like point and click, basically drag green lines.
Pretty much. Yeah,
we're going way back.
Yeah, but Star Fox looked like that. Just
that wasn't the one with the big. That one wasn't the one with the big two handles. I don't think.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure it was a pilot game. I forgot what it was called.
It was just called Star Wars with the wire framing. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't get into those polygons. Like back then, let's say when Star Fox came out, I was like, okay, this is cool in a way where
3D vector graphics.
Vector 3D. But even back then, I knew like I'm not going to be able to get into this game because it just looks like triangles.
Yeah.
Back then, I knew that, but I knew like there were like a lot of fans that enjoy that because they're taking it to the next level. But then once you reach to a level of, let's say, what's like the most recent? Well, was it Rogue Squadron? Rogue Squadron and Nintendo 64. That's the point where I'm like, okay, now I'm flying. Now it feels cool. I'm enjoying this, and it's Star Wars, and you get to the point where you really feel it.
I can see you just aren't men of culture.
I understand the significance of like Star Fox because that was basically the first platform game to show where you could have a 360-degree field of vision. That's what I think that was displaying, and that's when we got into the Mario what's the Mario Universe or whichever one it was called on the 64. Not Universe, Mario. Help me, guys. What was it called on the Nintendo 64?
Well, which one?
Mario
Super
game.
Mario 64.
Mario 64?
Mario 64. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Those games gave you that first real 360-degree field of vision.
Yeah.
And that's the significance of them. They did open up to what we're at with games now, with this, with the whole surrounding and 360 degrees. So I know the significance of them that way, but Jeffrey's just saying he prefers those kind of
you prefer triangles.
Prefer triangles.
Yeah, but now with this tech demo you saw, there's billions of triangles.
Billions, so small they were the size of pixels.
Yeah.
He said.
That doesn't get you excited? Like imagine little Star Fox aircrafts like inside those statues.
Basically the same thing, Jeffrey. They're just really small, and a lot of them.
I'll get excited when I can start playing games and just see how well it works. And because I got to be honest, sometimes just those really high fidelity visuals don't always mix well with actual gameplay.
Yeah, well, again, I mean, the gameplay is important. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, just flashy graphics without any real substance is not gonna make a good game. Obviously.
Oh yeah, like what is it? A big example of recent, like you can have cool cinematics and all that, like Battlefront 2, like the storyline. The campaign I was excited to play because they set it up in a way where you're playing this elite group of team working for the Empire, and I was like, that is a different take of a Star Wars game that usually you don't get. But then once you played it, it just became run of the mill. She becomes the typical good guy. Like there's no drama that I wanted to see from this.
What's the change? What's the difference here? I'm just worried.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, it looked pretty. That's why are they not on Unreal 6 yet?
What do you mean?
Haven't they been using Unreal 5
now it's
for a while?
4. Unreal 4 is the thing they're using now.
Okay. So it's
then Unreal 5 is the thing that they're showing off using the PlayStation 5. And also it's going to be it's pretty much another promotional tool, like, hey, it's going to be released next year. So get excited. Developers get excited too. So you get to do all these things. Because I think like in the mindset of a developer looking at that would get me excited. Like you can just transfer your stuff, your work, like let's say ZBrush, and it's like you get 8K resolution and all that. And then the lighting, like you just set up the lighting anywhere you want without baking them in, which would take like a while. And so it's just on the spot, just makes things easier. And yeah.
Unreal Engine has been in use since basically 2003. So they've been using Unreal 4 for a while.
Okay.
So Unreal 5 is it's a tech demo. Stop being a Debbie Downer.
Respectfully, Tiffany German, it was just a tech demo. Stop being a positive Pete.
I like how you make positive Pete a bad thing.
What's wrong with positivity and being excited? I think Jeffrey's been let down so much that he doesn't want to get excited. That's what it is.
Yeah. No, I get it. There are like a lot of gamers that are just upset with certain things now in the industry where
I'll tell you why. Because game publishers lie. 2, to game publishers and developers, they always overpromise and underdeliver. Not always, but a lot. But a lot of times they overpromise and underdeliver with the final product. No Man's Sky. I know. Now, look, I know there have been a lot of updates to No Man's Sky, and I know there is still a loyal fan base for that game. And I know that they have made a lot. From what I hear, they've made a lot of changes to No Man's Sky. Is that accurate, John?
Yeah, they made a lot of updates. Yeah, and people are liking it more now than it was during its launch.
But to me, that's a poor. That's a poor way to develop your game. And that was definitely a game where they overpromised and they didn't deliver on what they promised. And to me, you should be delivering like a full and complete experience on day one, and you shouldn't.
It's a bad. No, I agree with you. It's a bad trend. It's kind of like the same thing with Street Fighter V.
I hate patches. I hate patches and I hate updates because I feel like you're just giving developers a way to fix and complete a game months and months later after they botched a launch. I think Anthem is a situation where they promised this. Yeah, like they promised this game-changing, brand new experience that would last for 10 years. And it's one of the worst AAA game launches and game releases of all time. Destiny, I think it had potential, but I think it was a failure. Destiny 2 was a failure.
People are still playing Destiny 2.
I know I know people are still playing Destiny, but I feel like they did not give you what was promised, and I feel like the game was not all it could have been.
But Jeffrey, do you know what's a success?
What?
Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, the original. And the sequel's going to come out. Let me share this.
Oh, the movie. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the movie. Mm-hmm. See if this works.
I admit I was wrong about that.
All right, here we go. Let's see what the voice actor has to say. Is it working? This is a video from Variety, so I don't think their video is working at the moment.
Oh, that's the guy who always asks Todd Phillips, is Joker getting a sequel?
Oh, God damn you, Variety.
That's the guy. That's the guy who Todd Phillips basically wants to.
Just try refreshing the page.
Yeah. You know what? It's not working. Either way, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is happening, and it's the movie's still in the development stage, so decisions have not been made yet regarding casting or a production start date. And Lunga? Did you see the first one yet?
No.
Because I know Jeffrey saw it. Yeah. You have no desire. You're like you're more of a Nintendo fan than a Sega fan.
Well, no, I mean, I did see it, and this is going to sound so bad. I got it when it came out on VOD. I didn't see it at the theaters, and I fell asleep when I was watching it. But I didn't fall asleep because it was a bad movie. I was just really.
You were tired. You were exhausted.
Yeah, exactly. So I missed like the last quarter of the movie. So I had to go back and watch it again to get the full experience. But what I saw before I fell asleep, it was good. I liked it. It was fun.
I mean, I got to be honest. That announcement, John, is not really earth shattering.
No, yeah, because you already know.
They're gonna. Okay, the movie did well. They're making a sequel. Yeah, like no kidding. No S Sherlock. Like
yeah. You want drama in this news? You want like people to? You want like another weird Sonic design?
Sure.
Like everything's going through smoothly. Like you know what?
I want to see my boy Knuckles. Well,
Knuckles.
Well, the
only one he sees was Tails.
There were echidnas in the first movie.
Yeah, but not. They were like when they were talking about the different worlds, but they weren't in the movie.
Well, that scene.
They made an appearance.
Point being, Lunga.
Easter egg, I should say.
Point being, Lunga. The fact that we saw echidnas in the first movie seems to.
Did I say? Yeah, I get what you're saying. It gives credence that we might see them.
That we could see more echidnas and possibly Knuckles in the second one.
Well, I mean, Tails we know because there was the
Tails was a stinger scene.
Yeah.
So we do have that. I never cared for Tails too much.
But he's he's a cute
Tails
sidekick.
Tails
He's
is
adorable. He's got 2 tails. 2.
Tails has been part of the franchise since the second game.
Yeah, I know. Doesn't mean I have to like him.
I think the second movie, I wrote this elsewhere, but the second movie needs to get Sonic off Earth, have Tails take Sonic to like another planet, make it so Dr. Robotnik has taken over this planet and he's like a despot ruler, and like everyone blames Sonic for it. So like everyone resents Sonic for Robotnik having taken over this planet, and Sonic has to sort of save the new planet now to prove himself. And you can introduce the Freedom Fighters. Maybe not the Freedom Fighters from the old cartoon and comics, but they can be like Sally, some of the other game characters, Knuckle. You can have Knuckles in there. Maybe tease Shadow or some of the other anti-heroes by the end of it. Metal Sonic, whatever. Who are the Cyber Sonic characters? The cyborgs?
Oh God, I forgot.
There's Metal Sonic and one other one.
I forgot. But let's see. Boone is asking, does this mean John, Jeffrey, probably Lunga aren't showing up to Nerd Report tonight? That's a good question. Find out at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Well, he didn't put my name in there. He said John or Jeffafa.
So I already know for sure Lunga's going to be on there. Yeah. But yeah, I want to end the stream here earlier because we're going to be playing Dead by Daylight because I want to test out Pyramid Head.
Hey, speaking of which, did you just give me my message about that code? Unless that just doesn't show it because
with that, it's a public test. You got to do the whole public test. We'll figure it out once we're on the stream. So hop on over to twitch.tv Nerd Reactor. Let me see. I'm going to do the whole banner thing right here. Booyah.
Woohoo.
Yeah. Look at that.
John's all official now.
Oh, yeah. And let's do a little, shout out before we stop this right here.
Yes,
starting with you, Lunga.
My channel on YouTube is The Grey Council. I'm at about over 700 subs, so I'm trying to hit that 1,000 mark. So if you guys wouldn't mind giving a sub over there at The Grey Council, I'd appreciate it. And on Twitch, I do things with John frequently. Sunday we do stuff together on there, gaming and stuff like that. And it's at Darth Daddy Lunga on Twitch.
I am the J to the E to the double F3. You can follow me on Twitter at Wheeljack83. Thank you, John. This was very lovely. Usually I scare you off screen, so it was nice of you to invite me on to one of your own. Thank you very much, buddy.
All right. Thanks for being here. And follow us on twitch.tv Nerd Reactor. We'll be there really soon. See ya.